It is accepted in the modern time reality that the path to spirituality lies through tapping into energies and being able to raise the vibration or level of consciousness. There are many ways people do that, and everyone finds their own way that works in their individual case. I think one factor everyone can agree with is that the needed condition to achieve higher state of consciousness is to restore your physical health and maximally optimize it, but also not just by any means. It is utmostly important to do it naturally. Any other way of achieving health is not a real way, and it's not a real health. It's just a temporary solution and postponing of disease manifestation. As everyone knows now, it is covering all the symptoms and not addressing the root cause. In one word, self-deception. Why is it important? The covered-up symptoms and unresolved health conditions do not provide the needed strength and resilience to the body required to tolerate and sustain a higher vibrational frequency of subtle energies. The mind can be easily tricked into feeling well, while the body remains in a state of suffer. An illusionary dissociation between the mind and the body can be achieved by introducing substances suppressive to the senses and numbing to the body. These substances do not provide a true healing. They provide a short-term relief only. And while providing this short-term relief, they allow the mind to continue pursuing the egocentric desires, which in their turn are the cause of these diseases in the first place. A continuous pursuit to satisfy cravings, by all means possible, attachments as well as aversions nesting in the mind, imprison it, and twist the perception of reality. People judge from the standpoint of their implicit bias, unconscious likes and dislikes, and hardly for what things really are. And then, for example, instead of eating healthy, one eats whatever cravings call for. And falling deep into this habit, one loses power to resist, yet admitting it is wrong, but carelessly dismissing it. It is ignorance, knowing that something is harmful to you or others, but still doing it. A disease is a result of ignorance. Things done wrong according to the law of nature, but right according to the egocentric desires. Our body is a conduit of energy. The energy body is an electromagnetic field conducting electrical currents of different frequencies. It is highly sensitive to free radicals, acidity, and all sorts of toxic substances retained by the body. All these pollutants decrease the quality and quantity of energy it may conduct in a given moment. The ego holds consciousness at a low vibration in the mode of love or hate. And the word love here I mean as intense like. It involves emotion as defining factor for reaction, not the reason. For most people, it is a pattern in most aspects of life, and one of them is the choice of nutrition. This is a big concern because other than nutritional purpose, food can serve as an emotional remedy, especially sweet food. Many people cannot tell difference what their hunger is conditioned by. Even if they can, the emotional eating is a very powerful thing. The overindulgence, improper combinations, complexity of recipes, harsh cooking techniques that denaturize the food are not what our body can handle, but what our mind is craving for, pursuing its favorite and new pleasant taste sensations. We need to remember that nothing will go without consequence. Everything has its effect and culminates in time. The body of a low vibrational consciousness trapped in the egocentric love or hate mode tends to accumulate wastes that eventually become toxic and trigger disease, ranging from trivial cold to cancer. Nobody does it intentionally, of course. Most of us are just trained this way, and from childhood we don't know any better. Low vibration is defined by the amplitude of consciousness between love and hate based on emotional response, jeopardizing both mental and physical health. Spiritual journey is associated with ability to control the mind and senses, coming out of attachments, defeating the intense emotion of craving and hatred that directly affect our reactions and choices. In this picture, we can see that the poor health of the body stems out of inability to control the mind and is a result of craving for pleasant sensations or avoiding the unpleasant ones. Of course, there are different other factors as to what causes the disease, but they all can ultimately be tracked down to the mind and its impaired ability to discern the necessity from pleasure. Even the unexplained and sudden events that result in the physical body disease are also rooted in the mind. Therefore, a healthy nutrition is a step in the direction of letting go of attachments, being able to control the mind, meaning stopping eating for taste and starting eating for life, and at the same time allows the body to release toxic accumulations, cleanse and purify, and enhance the flow of energy through its electromagnetic field, aiding the consciousness to ascend. Learning to be able to detach from dependencies and withstand temptations, not getting caught by the emotions that can be very challenging in itself, but indifferently, calmly, emotionlessly observe the desires arise and pass away, maintaining only what is truly needed for life as bare minimum. That way, the energy is saved. It is reserved for future ascension of consciousness, purification, and rejuvenation of the body. Each next level of consciousness is a more intense realm of energy, where it requires a more intact and pure tissue of the body to sustain it, where the state of physical health must become better, where the impurities of the mind made by the ego are destroyed and the mind is liberated and unified, coming out of duality. If the body remains in the state of disease, it is unfit to host the higher vibration. On the other hand, we can witness a situation when the body is fit, but the consciousness is low. Usually it happens to the younger people or the people who are concerned with their physical health, but may have other types of attachments, like power, sex, or money. In this case, the health doesn't serve the purpose of spirituality, but the purpose of other desires. Whether your goal is to achieve the higher state of consciousness or just better health, your body has to be subjected to a transformation. A correctly structured detox schedule, carried out safely with consideration of main principles and expert guidance, is an essential way to achieving your natural health and raising the vibration of your mental energies in the mind and throughout the entire body. Replenish your energy. Use it mindfully. Use it smart. See you in the next video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with your family and friends, subscribe to our channel, and get notifications. Also, leave a comment of at least 8 words. Comments make difference.